So here's number two. I think we should avoid using the word, the A word, just because I feel like YouTube has some restrictions on that. So I'm just gonna say, a nice little beverage. Go Chivas, as you know. Number two, down the hatch, real quick.
There you go.
So, anyways, get some of this right here. Got a little lime.
Damn, you got it off of your tree?
I did. I just pulled it real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
My parents have a lemon tree actually.
Nice.
All right. I bet you're pretty happy about the results from the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, what day was it? Saturday. Damn, it's already been a couple days.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
so welcome back to episode, we just checked, 18 of the Big Poppy Podcast. We are back after a 10-month hiatus, or call it 11 months, whatever. But the comeback is real. We're here. We just had the NFC Divisional go down. We have results from Saturday. The 49ers got absolutely embarrassed. They should have just blown the team up already. It's how many years are you gonna go with an excuse of injuries? Because the whole league deals with injuries, so stop crying about your injuries. The Seahawks demolished them 41-6. The game was over basically after kickoff. Literally, like 15 seconds after kickoff, they
Give
scored.
them the first
Right.
play after the first play, okay?
You just watched the life go out of the 49ers like instantly. The
Yeah, it was horrible.
Bills and the Broncos had an exciting game, 33-30. An OT win for the Broncos by a field goal. And then we had on Sunday, the Los Angeles Rams turned the Iceman into a popsicle. He had a great game. I'm just kidding. He had a great game, but not good enough because the Rams came out with the overtime win. And then the Patriots beat the Texans in what was pretty much an embarrassing game for the Texans. CJ Stroud with 4 interceptions. We'll get into that a little bit. But why don't we go right over to my main man in front of me, my co-host, Silos. Why don't you take us right into how you thought the Broncos played against the Bills, and without your starting quarterback, how do you think you'll perform against the Patriots?
Well, they had a great performance against the Bills, but to be honest with you, the defense did kind of slack off a lot towards the second half, which allowed the Bills to make that comeback to tie the game because they were up at one point, 23-10, right before halftime when they were at, what was it, 13-10. And then the last 25 seconds, they scored 10 points by scoring a touchdown, getting a fumble, and I think the 20-yard line or so. Quick field with like 2 seconds left, and they kick a field goal to go up by 10. It was a close game. It was a really good game. There was one controversial, or what people call a controversial call. Anybody that calls it controversial does not know the football rules. The man, Brandon Cooks, caught the ball while going down to the ground. The rule is if you're going down to the ground, you must maintain control of the ball throughout the process, which he did not. And then Jaquan McMillan came up with the ball. Interception, clear as day, NFL rules. I don't make them. But anyway, we wouldn't have got there because if you remember the Bills' first possession, they were deep in the Josh Allen was in the end zone. Broncos defender ready to sack him, but guess what? He was being held. That would have been a flag in the end zone. That would have been at safety, ended by 2. We would have never gotten that so-called controversial call. Okay. Either way, regardless of how you see it, good win, bad win, ugly win, whichever you want to see it, guess who won? The Broncos. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They won. Now, at the end of the game, everyone's happy. Everything's going great. And then the news comes out. Bo Nix has a fractured ankle, a
Tragic.
broken bone. It's tragic. We go to the backup. But let me tell you, 10 years ago, almost the same thing happened where the Broncos had to go to their backup quarterback and they still won the Super Bowl. Now, mind you, our backup quarterback at the time was Peyton Manning. I mean, for those that don't remember, because you guys might not know this, Peyton Manning was not the starting quarterback the entire season that year. It was Brock Osweiler played 9 games in that year, started 9 games, and took the Broncos into the playoffs. Won 2 games. They went with Peyton Manning in the AFC Championship to be to win the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 50. And guess what? Super Bowl 50, like 10 years ago, was held in Levi Stadium. So all the lines are, you know, they're all aligning for the Broncos
Right.
to win. For
You're
those that
making
know
sense.
about Chinese zodiac, it is the year of the horse. So I'm just
That's right.
saying, don't count
You're
us
the
out.
horse.
It
Is it
is the
really
year
the
of the
year of the
horse. Look
horse?
it up. I go to Pachanga a lot, so I know. I wouldn't know. But um the next game coming up, man, it is gonna be tough. Going with Jarrett Stidham, who hasn't started a game since last year, for the which he started for the Broncos, I believe a game, uh, or went into a game. I don't recall because it was last year, but can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? I'll be honest with you, just like I thought the Broncos were only going to win 12 games this year, maybe 11, 12 games. They exceeded expectations, went 14-3, number one in the division, number one in the league overall, to be honest. I did not expect that. I'll be honest. I am 100% like, I'm a fan, but I can be real too. And I didn't expect that to happen. Going against the Patriots, a Patriots team that has had, I mean, let's be real. If you look at the record, they really didn't play any tough teams. They did beat the Bills, yes, but the Bills were on and off. They chose when they wanted to show up and when they didn't want to show up. They did make the playoffs. Uh, they did beat the Jaguars, who were a hell of a team. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared of the Jaguars more than I was of the Bills. So I was kind of glad that Bills took care of that for us. But at the end of the day, um, I'll be honest with you, it's going to be a tough game, but it is in Denver. The Broncos are 9-1 at home this year, with their one and only loss coming late in December. But I think Jarrett Stidham is going to be a serviceable quarterback, which is all they need, because the defense it is going to hold up. I guarantee it. They're going to hold up. And if the Broncos can score 20 points, I can guarantee that the Patriots will be held to under 17 points. That's the most they'll score, 17. You heard it here first. And next week, when the Broncos are in the Super Bowl and everybody counted us out, I'm going to tell you right now, I never did. I never doubted. They will win next week, at least 21-17. That is my prediction. So what do you think is going to happen on the other side in the NFC?
21-17. Hold on, I kind of wanted to. You said 2017? You think it's going to be decided by field goal?
20 or 21-17.
Okay. I don't know about that. I feel like it's going to be, well, the Patriots have a decent defense. I'd say even good. They're not tested. This would be their first test, in my opinion. The Texans, I mean, fucking CJ gave them that game basically. 4 interceptions. It's not that hard to win a game when the opposing quarterback is throwing interceptions. Granted, not all of them were his fault. At least one, if I recall, bounced off the receiver's hands and it got intercepted. But CJ Stroud, wanted to comment on him real quick. My hot take for today, and one of the many hot takes I'll have for today, is that they should just trade him. Wait for him next year to have a decent, like, I think you build the O-line, you add some receivers, because you don't really have either of those things. But something's wrong with that kid, man. I don't know what it is. And I say kid, he's younger than me, I think, but still. I think there's something going on psychologically. And how do you go from the rookie that he was to just having like 2 or 3 straight, like, just disappointing seasons? I just remember the Caleb Williams when he tried to sun him, and you look at what Caleb is doing now. It's just it's insane. And when you have the defense that he has, it's like at some point you just gotta cut ties. So I think you try to make the surrounding pieces better, and when you see his stock rising next year, just trade him. I just don't think he's the quarterback for the future for the Texans.
I mean,
Um,
granted, keep in mind he did have Nico Collins out, so he didn't have his best weapon out there. It's kind of
mhm.
like saying that
but
Matthew Stafford being out
I
with
hear you.
Nakua.
I hear you. But he made some just like you look at the game, the plays, and you're like, what the fuck? Like the receiver was wide open, you just completely missed him. I get it's cold in New England and that there's weather. I'm sure there's wind that was going down, but there were just bonehead plays that he made, and this is when it matters. It's when it matters. So enough of the excuses. There were just bonehead plays where they were like, CJ, what the fuck? Like that was an easy as pat, and there were multiple too that he just fucked up. So it's like, at what point do you just stop saying like, oh, year and year, divisional, divisional, divisional? Like, is that what you want to do for the rest of your fucking tenure when he's here? And I think he's still on a rookie deal, is he not?
I mean, you know who's gonna.
Signed in July 2023. He signed a fully guaranteed rookie contract, which runs to the 2026 season. So he's still on his rookie deal. He has a potential big extent. I say just move on, bro. I don't know. I don't see it. I just don't see it, especially after the like I said, just simple mistakes that he made. If you want to rebuke me real quick, just check me if you want. But I
The
just
only
think
thing that
move
I
on.
can say to that is, who are you gonna get? There's not. I mean, I watch NCAA football as well, and there's not many quarterbacks this year that you can go out and get. The biggest person out there right now is the kid from Indiana, who just won their first
Come
NCAA
on.
championship.
Fernando
Fernando.
Mendoza, after that nasty fucking drive that he had to win the game basically.
That's what I'm saying. That is the best they have. So, I mean, if that's the best they have, and you know that the Raiders with the number one pick are already salivating over this kid, and as good as he can be in the Raiders, I mean, it's like going to the Browns.
Right. But
Your career's doomed as a.
would you strap yourself with a max contract knowing that that guy will never take you to the promised land? 250 million is what he's expected to get when he resigns.
I mean,
Would you
I
come on
sign?
now?
Would I personally sign him? I probably try to find something better. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's going to be your best bet. And at this point, you write it out.
I hear you. I hear you. Okay. Um we'll move on. You said you wanted to go to the NFC. Oh no. I covered the Texans a little bit. I want to kind of talk about the Patriots real quick. I kind of want to be a hater on Hate Watch. Yeah, it's their. I said it a little earlier. That it's their first real test, in my opinion. I think as long as your Denver Broncos move the chains and don't go 3-and-out, move it down the field. Use your run game. You should be able to squeak out a game. So I do think it'll be a low scoring affair, like you said. Um, it's just going to depend on Jared. Now, Jared is the third highest paid backup quarterback in the league.
For a
So,
reason.
you're paying him that for a reason, just in case, which is smart. So I think, like I said, he makes, key plays, move the chains, just doesn't allow too many 3-and-outs. And I think you can win this game very reasonably. So we'll just see. It's all going to come down to whether or not he can move the ball. We'll move on to my Rams. In the NFC, we have my Rams against the Seahawks. All of a sudden, I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but I'm seeing too many Seattle hype reels. All of a sudden, I guess the Rams are hated, but um, I think we'll actually hand some belt to the Seahawks. Unfortunately, as much as I love that to happen, every game that we play against a good team, we play them close. I mean, you saw us play the Carolina Panthers close. We played the Bears close. We're gonna go to Seattle and we're gonna play them close. But we're gonna squeak out a win because we have the better lineup top down. Our defense lacks a little bit, more so that being inexperienced, I feel like we just allow boneheaded mistakes to go down too often, and that's because the defense is young. But we still have the number one offense. Maybe not during the playoffs, but during the season we had the number one offense. And when it comes down to it, I want Matthew Stafford with the ball in his hand. And I trust him to make the key plays. You have the best receiver. Yes, Puka's better than JSN. You have the best receiver in the league. When it comes down to it, no one creates separation better. No one makes insane catches. I mean, there's no one that just catches the ball like Puka. He's always fucking barely stepping. He always has. When you're asking yourself, does he have his feet down? The answer is yes. His feet are always in bounds. He makes the toe touch. He's just phenomenal. So I trust him. And when it comes down to it, I think Sam Darnold is gonna get when the pressure gets too high. I think Matthew is the way to go, and he's going to collapse, and we're going to see the Rams in the Super Bowl facing probably the Denver Broncos. I think we're going to have the two, and it's funny that it's going to be me and you going against each other. I think that's going to go down, man. Last year we weren't anywhere close to being in the Super Bowl, but look at it, we're back, and so are the Rams and the Broncos. We're so back.
So just a little touch on that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I believe JSN is a little slightly better than Nakua, not as bad. That I give the edge to the Seahawks in that sense. Quarterback position, the Rams have that. Obviously, the the defense itself, there's no way I'm giving that to the Rams. The Seahawks have that at any given day.
I agree.
But for some reason, Matthew Stafford has this magic about him that he's created with this offense, which they pull out shit out of their ass. Let's be real. And sometimes like Nakua, that's why Nakua makes all these insane catches. Like he makes catches that are improbable that you have to see it to believe it, to be honest. Because if you were to tell me some of his catches, I'd be like, yeah, right. But then, when I actually see them, so it is I think it's gonna be a close game. I mean, think about it. I mean, I said this about the 49ers and the Seahawks, but the 49ers didn't show up. I don't know what happened clearly, but this is not only a divisional rivalry, it is also for the NFC Championship. And I know right now 49er fans are hating this, but one of those two divisional rivals is going to play for the Super Bowl in their home turf of Levi Stadium.
That's so sad.
That is sad. So they better be rooting for anyone in the AFC right now, whether it's the Patriots or the Broncos. But
It's been 30 years, man, since they won the championship.
but
Uh,
I will be honest, it is going to be a tough. I think that is probably going to be the toughest game that the Rams and the Seahawks play. And it might come down to a 2 seconds left field goal on either side. Um, if it is a one-sided affair, we
see
will
it.
know this by the end of the first, like we did with the 49ers. But I
I
don't
just
think
don't
it's going to
see
be
it.
that.
I don't see it. The Rams play everybody close. I feel like
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm not saying it's
eh,
going to be the Seattle Seahawks on the
no, no,
one-sided
no.
affair. It could
I'm
be
just
one or
saying
the other.
I just don't see the Rams blowing out the Seahawks. It's just too many games, too much evidence of the Rams just playing down to the competition, the Carolina Panthers. I mean, they should never have been close. They played a great game. My hat's off to them, but they shouldn't have been close. But at the same time, we're always playing away. So the Rams have had to go away every single game so far. And again, we're in Seattle again. The last time we were in Seattle, Thursday night football, 38-37. Unfortunately, they squeaked out a win, which we all. I mean, you're a fellow degenerate. You think that was rigged? 100%, 100%. There's too many things. I think there was like less than a percent chance of the Seattle Seahawks winning the game at some point. Just too much coincidence for there not to be a freaking something happened, bro. There's just no fucking way, bro. You telling me 99% chance to win and it didn't happen? There's something went down. A lot of calls that were questionable in that game. But I'm confident we'll come out with a win in Seattle.
Seattle is looking like the most dominant team in the league right now in the playoffs, because they are the only ones that blew out a team. All the rest of the games have been very close games.
Mm-hmm.
The only other game that I can think of that was a little bit not one-sided in a sense was when the Patriots beat the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. All of them have been close games because I mean, you can look at the Texans and Patriots game, and even though they won by 12, it still was a close game, especially because that defense, if I'm not mistaken, forced like 5 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there was turnovers on the other side, but some of them were just like you said, dumbheaded mistakes that it shouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And if those mistakes didn't happen, we would have probably seen Broncos Texans in the AFC Championship.
No, yeah, I mean, it's like I said. I mean, I just don't. I was trying to give CJ the benefit of the doubt, but you just look at the after his rookie year and what's happened. I say just try to make it up, try to make him look better, and move him. I just don't think you're gonna win anything with him at quarterback. Paying him when he gets on right now, he's on a rookie deal. He's on a rookie deal and he can't get it done as it is. Imagine what happens when you're paying him max money and you're strapped to the rest of your team. If you can't get it done now, which is like the golden window, and he's not showing you that he's an elite quarterback, which he's not, move on.
Okay, so then the question goes for you is, since you say he can't get it done and when it matters, where
Mm-hmm.
does that leave Josh Allen? I mean, the
Well,
man can.
he's already getting paid max money.
I know, but I mean, what would you do if you're an owner or a coach? Like, this man can win a wild card game, like he owns the place.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, his record just goes down the drain. And then
Mm-hmm.
the man is now, as of this past Saturday, he's now 0-11 in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
0-11 in overtime. Come on, think about it. Like he had that. He could have won that game, and I was scared for my life. Let me tell you. But I mean, some of these quarterbacks, they might be great during the season. They might be great, in the wild card, but the divisionals and the championship games is where it matters, and the Super Bowls is where it matters. And right now, there's a lot of these great players that we assume are going to get done and do not get it done.
Josh Allen gets a lot of passes too. Um, I think he needs to be held more accountable for the interceptions. He threw three TDs and two interceptions. Also had a couple fumbles, which cost him the game at the end of the day. I don't think you can move on from Josh Allen though. He's more established than CJ Stroud. Um, so I think you just unfortunately roll with the tide. He still gets it done. He still puts you in the playoffs every year. But you're strapped to him already. I don't think those two players are the same because CJ has an elite defense. Josh Allen doesn't. There's one weakness that the Bills have. It's their defense, and and if you look at his weapons on offense, his receivers, they're not that great either. Um, I think they could be better. You can get them something better. So I think you're unfortunately strapped to him because you're already paying him max money. He still is a top 10 quarterback, no matter what way you put it. Uh, so you just try to keep building around him. I'm just saying, right now the Texans have a chance to just move on from CJ Stroud. Unfortunately, I know that's not how the league works, and they're going to keep him. But if I were, I'm looking at him like, do I want to pay you $240 million? Do I want you to end up as a Dak Prescott? Basically, that's what you would be.
I mean,
Dak is actually better than CJ by a lot. It's not even close. Dak has one of the best offenses in the league, and CJ has never done that.
yeah, but he also hasn't. He's what, won one playoff game.
Here we go. Hate watch.
I'm, I'm just saying, like,
I'm just being
if you're,
honest.
I'll tell you one thing, and I think I've said this. I think I've said this before. I think Dak Prescott can definitely take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl,
What year?
especially with all that money he stole from them. He can buy every single one of their players a seat in front row, and that's the only way they're going to the Cowboys will make it to the Super Bowl. Because while Dak Prescott is the quarterback, yeah, it's not going to happen ever.
I think we all know Jerry Jones just needs to retire already. Just let it go. Let it go, old man. Either retire or end up 6 foot in the
He
grave. And I hate to say it that way, but
he needs, yeah, he needs to release control of that team. But yeah, so I mean, you think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl? I think the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl, and I think that's where your run ends, and then we win again at Levi
all right,
Stadium.
relax,
We
relax. It's
done it
not
once, we'll
happening.
do it again.
We need to. It's not happening. I don't think you beat the Rams, man. I mean,
Nick
if you get
Nick
past the
Foles
Patriots, it's
effect.
because you get past the Patriots is because they're inexperienced team, but you will and they have an inexperienced quarterback. Let's be honest, who's benefited from a cherry pick schedule. But I think ultimately it comes down to Rams Broncos. That's enough. I mean, you could say the number one defense is the number one offense, and defense may win championships, but offense wins the games. So
And
at
the
the end of
last
the
time that
day,
the number one defense played the number one offense, I believe, was back in Super Bowl 48. and the number one offense got obliterated. How do I know? Because it was a Broncos offense against a Seattle defense, and I remember that goddamn game, and they were only able to score 8 points.
Who was your
So
QB again?
Peyton Manning.
Okay, that's there it is. You had an old ass Peyton Manning behind it. I remember that year they were complaining about his arm nonstop, man. Oh wait, no, was that 16?
No, that
What
was
year
the
was
year
that?
after.
When he fell off, right?
Yep. And that's why he got benched, and that's why he was a
That's the year you're
backup
talking
going
about.
into the AFC Championship that
Yeah,
10 years ago when they won the Super Bowl.
the man had a 1-to-2 interception ratio. He had
Yeah,
one
but
TD to two
that was
interceptions.
2 years after. 2 years before, he had the number one offense. They went on. I think that year he threw for over 5,000 yards or close to 5,000
Is
yards.
that okay? Okay, I got you now. I got you.
So
I'm following.
trust me, I know about
But
number
the
one defense
okay,
against number
but
one offense.
but the Rams aren't that bad on defense. They're actually pretty solid. They make key plays when it matters. It's just a matter of them holding up. And
Nicole will
with your
have to go
backup,
to against
with
PS2,
your
and he ain't gonna get shit.
all right, buddy. The no one has managed to neutralize Puka, and
Okay,
then you have
he
Devontae.
hasn't played against PS2.
You have the Devontae Adams at number 2. You don't have to worry about which one. You have to worry about two. Not to mention the Kyron Williams at running back. What are you gonna do against that? You
He's
can't do
gonna get
everything.
stopped. Nick Bonito.
Oh.
He
You
very
have an answer
bonito
for
when it
everything.
comes to stopping
Hey,
and
hey,
hitting.
Jared's gonna end up on his ass when after Jared Verse comes to get that motherfucker on the ground. He's gonna be on his ass too much. That's what's gonna
He's gonna be
happen.
looking like Tom Brady, the next coming of Tom Brady.
Oh hell no! You gonna prove Bo Nix wrong then? I thought he was gonna have a little revenge after being
No,
doubted all year,
they're gonna win it for
and that
Bo.
in spite of Bo,
No, they're gonna win it for Bo.
they're gonna be like, "We don't need you, Bo. You're replaceable."
No,
Yep,
it
that's
took
what's
him
gonna
halfway
happen.
there. That all he needs to do is finish it up. And there's no see the
Halfway.
best part. Here's the best part. No
I
one
guess he
has
is
video
halfway. Yeah.
on Jarrett Stidham. No one.
Not recently, but there is
Exactly.
film of him out there.
Yeah, but
He's a
he's been
solid
practicing
QB.
with Bo Nix, so he's been showing them a thing or two.
Okay.
We'll see.
It'll be a fun game. It'll be a fun game. All right, I'm gonna take another shot. I think we've had enough football talk. We can get
Of a beverage.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna put the beverage in or the name, but it's a nice little starts with a T. That's the type of brand it is, and then
It's a tea.
DJ. It's a DJ. DJ
It's
70.
quality.
The year is 1942.
So it's quality.
Quality, absolutely. Cheers. Nice. That's nice.
Very nice. And his lemon from his lemon tree.
They got a lemon tree, man. What can I say?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to parents. Let's get right into it, man. How do you want to go about the LeBron retiring? I think we should have this be one of your hater moments.
What it is gonna be.
It's gonna be one of those. So how do you want to frame it?
If you look at the beginning of the season, when he was injured,
Mm-hmm.
they went what 15-4, and they looked
Mm-hmm.
like a dominant team, and they
Mm-hmm.
looked like a coachable team. Like they looked like they knew what was going on. Since he's been back, they're what like 8-16 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like it's bad, and
It's really bad.
they look like they're a lost like freaking little league team, bro. Like LeBron needs to retire because without LeBron, the Lakers are elite, and with LeBron, they're trash.
Okay.
It's like the team chemistry is not there,
Mm-hmm.
and we all. I mean, I could care less if you're a bronzexual. Like you can see the difference, dude. Like
Oh my God.
I have not, and I've told you this before. I've really
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
watched basketball since Kobe. But at the beginning of the season, without LeBron, I started watching these games because they were fun. They looked like
Exciting.
the Lakers of old. They weren't losing to the teams that they should beat. They were losing against tough teams. But now, where the fuck are they? Like they're 1-6, 1-5 in the last 6 games. And what? At least 2 or 3 of those games they should have won.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me how good Austin Reeves could be without LeBron.
How good? That motherfucker's phenomenal without LeBron.
Hell yeah.
You know that, like Reeves and Luca, him and Luca together. And I mean, I know this is like a super stretch, but remind me of what Kobe and Shaq were. They were having fun playing out there, and they look like a team. But then you add that third person who should be the third option, wanting to be the number one option, and it kills that team chemistry. Because let's be honest, LeBron should be up coming off the bench, shouldn't be starting, and he shouldn't be the number one option. He's the number 3 option. So if Luca and AR are not not open, fuck it, then go for it. But he should not be main guy. And for all I care, trade his ass, let him sit right at the bench and pay him off. I don't give a shit. Don't put him in the game because
His
the
contract
team,
expires this year.
yeah. But exactly that's why you just fucking pay him and fuck it. I mean, a loss is a loss. Like
We weren't gonna win. We weren't doing shit this year, anyways.
yeah, but if you honestly, if you take LeBron out of that equation, out of that team plays, it wins at least half of the games that they lost, and they would have probably been the number 1 team in the league right now. Because again, they lost
It's a hot take.
with LeBron. It's like children playing out there. Later, like, am I supposed to be here? Okay, fuck, I'm here. Fuck it. Like,
Spot up in the corner.
yeah, like fuck it over here.
Wait
And
for your
then
shot.
not only that, like I get it. Luca doesn't really play defense, and we all know that, and he's not that great.
Yeah, but he still went to the finals
But
2 years ago.
yeah, but regardless of that, the team makes up for it. But when it's Luca and LeBron there, and LeBron not playing defense, there's 2 fucking players not playing defense. That means there's only 3 defensive players against 5 offensive players.
Mm-hmm.
As you will see, if you look at film, you will see LeBron James just look at people standing in the corner and not even try to go cover. And when he does, he kind of waltzes over there like, okay, hey, buddy.
Yep.
And then he like openly disrespects his coach. Because we all saw it with the Phoenix Suns while he's chit-chatting. LeBron, he had to call a fucking timeout.
Yep.
Who disrespects their coach like that openly? Like, come on. Like, what does that tell the team?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, if he can get away with that, well, what can I get away with? But when he's not around the team comes together, and they could play the best team in the league, and they will be a great matchup. But you put LeBron in there, and it's game over. We're playing like the fucking Clippers. Sorry, I'm throwing this back to the 90s Clippers, but it,
Take it.
it's the truth. Like, they need to get rid of LeBron, whether it's trading him, getting something for him, or saying fuck it, stay home. We'll fucking pay you to stay home, but we're gonna win a championship without you, because I think they have the possibility of winning a championship with the team as long as LeBron is not playing on that court. Guaranteed. Like, they will be a much more threat to the league without LeBron than with LeBron. Because
I think the primary point that we got to go with here is LeBron just doesn't fucking care anymore. You see him out there, and he just looks like he's just fucking number one. he doesn't play defense, but he's also assigned the easiest job on defense, which is just to be kind of like the floater. You kind of guard the worst player on the team, and he still can't even do that. He doesn't close out. He doesn't help defense. He doesn't really. I mean, he rebounds just to get his fucking numbers. As long as he gets like 7 or 8 rebounds, maybe sometimes 10, he's good. He cherry picks the fuck out of everything, right? So he'll just stay back. When he doesn't get back on defense, he just stays there. And when his team gets a rebound, oh, let me lob it over to, I mean, not lob it, throw it over to LeBron so he can get a little nice highlight play, which is what people are watching these days. Adam Silver, it's a highlight league, right? Well, there it is. LeBron just really cares about getting his little couple highlights a game. He'll tomahawk it like he used to. It doesn't get up nearly half as high, but that's kind of what he does at this point in his career. He doesn't play defense. He just cherry picks on offense. Um, doesn't help. Just kind of blames everybody else. Cries to the refs. He'll just everything's a foul. He'll stay on that side of the court, argue with the ref instead of getting back on defense, leaving the rest of his team going 4-on-5. I'm not gonna absolve Luka to that because Luka complains a lot, but at the same time, Luka at least is an elite player still. LeBron can't even fucking do shit on offense either. He settles for the 3-point shot too much. He doesn't drive like he used to. He doesn't get up like he used to. And then I'll hear the response being, "Oh, he's 41 years old." Doesn't fucking matter. You're still supposed to be this fucking top player. He's not top 50. I could name 50 players right fucking now that I would take over LeBron James. And if you really wanted to get into it, I could probably go 100. Like dead ass, I could go 100 players that I would take over LeBron James right now. And I'll hear the stat line, whatever the fuck it is, 20. At this point, I think he's not even 27 points a game anymore. You went down to 26. But I would take 100 players, maybe 150 over LeBron James right now because they at least know their fucking job and they know their role and they're not going to try to be a diva acting like they're still 2018. 7 years, 8 years have passed. You're not the same guy. And I really don't want you on my team anymore. It's been 5 years since we won a championship, and you haven't been the best player in God knows how long.
And to that point, the only people that actually want LeBron on the Lakers are these bronzexuals. Like actual Laker fans that pay attention to the game don't want him in the game.
Yep.
They don't want him in the game. We don't want him in the Lakers jersey. Like, you want to be a Lakers, sure, go ahead and ride the bench. But that's about it. Your time in LA is over. Nobody wants you there. Let's be real. Like, that's realistically what real Laker fans believe. We do not want LeBron James on the Lakers. Bronzexuals want LeBron James on the Lakers. That's it. Those are the only people, and they don't matter. Because if he goes, he could go to Cleveland, he could go back to Cleveland, he could go to Miami, he could go to Toronto, he could go to Phoenix, he could go anywhere, and these bronzexuals will believe that he is still the greatest player of all time.
Yep.
I mean, let's be realistic. Like, everyone says like, oh, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT. Well, he has more points than Michael Jordan. Well, Michael Jordan, in the 15 years that he played, he averaged over 30 points per game. And LeBron averages, I think, it was averaging 27, 28. He's dropped it down to like maybe 26. So, I mean, if you really think about it, if they play around the same amount of time, guess who would hold more who would have more points? And not only that, like he should be a professional. He should know it's time to retire. Kobe Bryant, his last 3 years, like, they weren't all that great. But he knew it, and that's why he decided, like, hey, this is my year. That's it. I'm done. I'm giving what I can give. But even that last season, he gave us his final performance. He gave us a performance that nobody will ever forget. Scored over 60 points, and he went out with a win. But he knew for a fact that he wasn't the same player. And he wasn't pushing the agenda, I need to be number one. He was just trying to focus on the team winning. And that is the difference between a great player and just someone that wants the recognition, someone that labels himself the king. Come on. Like Michael B. Jordan and his character from like Black Panther 2. Is this your king? Literally, this broken down man that just wants to stat pat his career, that is your king? Come on. A real king, a real GOAT would put the team before himself. He would rather score 5-10 points a game and allow Austin Reeves and Luca to do their thing, which they were doing at the beginning of the season. That's what that's what should be happening. Not, okay, let me add more points. Let me get more points. Let me get another rebound. Let me get another highlight reel. No, shouldn't be that way. Allow the team to win, and then, and maybe then I'll gain some respect for you. But until then, shit, have a seat, go home. You don't care anymore, and we really need you to care because this is the Lakers. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, this is big time right here. LA is, we like, like Kobe said, we hang championship banners. We don't hang selfies like the Clippers.
At least the Clippers left the arena right there over what do they call that shit? The Intuit Dome?
Intuit Dome.
There you go.
It's a really nice arena, by the
It's
way.
not very nice. Very nice. No champions there yet, but it's a very nice area. Every year that he plays from now on, LeBron, it's going to diminish his legacy. Ever since, I mean, you could call after his last championship, the bubble championship. Every year since, his greatness diminishes. He just continues to play, and his numbers might be pretty, but the results aren't. We've been bounced out of the freaking first round, second round, fucking conference finals for year after year. Yet he's still supposed to be playing at a high level. Why aren't we getting it done? You still have Anthony Davis. Yeah, Anthony Davis has been injured sometimes on and off. Whatever. You wanted him there. You asked for him to be traded. Every single step of the way, the Lakers have gone and accommodated to your needs. Every single time you ask for a player, you ask for a player to be traded. We've done it. We signed them. Whatever it is. You wanted Russ, we went and got Russ. Well, primarily you wanted AD, we went and got AD. I'm saying, like, every time you wanted something, we've gone and done it.
Mm-hmm.
They call him a legend for a reason. That whenever he wants something done, he does it. And every step of the way, whether it was in Cleveland, whether it was Miami, or in LA, they've always accommodated your needs, and yet you still only have 4 championships out of 23 seasons to show for it. I mean, what the fuck is that? How is that a legitimate fucking case for GOAT? Because at this point, I'm disillusioned. I don't even think he's top 5 anymore. Deadass. I know you don't. You don't think he's top 5, but
We've
I mean,
established that.
at this point, I go Michael, Kobe, Kareem, Magic, and I'd probably put Steph Curry in there. Honestly, at that point, that's where I'm going with it.
Do we know how many finals Steph Curry's been to?
He's been to 5, no? He has 4 championships. He's
I'm
lost
just
2. I
saying.
think that's 6.
Yeah, I think he's been
I
there
think I
six
think
times and won 4.
Yeah, 4 out of 6. I mean, that's a better case for that than LeBron, to be honest with you.
I
I
mean,
mean, we need to start
you go four
discussing
and
that.
10 versus 4-6.
Do you clear Steph Curry? I don't think you do, man. I really don't.
Yep.
I
I
would go
would
with all
definitely
of
put
them.
Curry before I would put LeBron James.
He was more dominant.
He wasn't only more dominant, but he also made his players around him better.
Actually made them better, right? Not
Yeah.
the way they try to portray LeBron as making his teammates better.
No,
Because
you're picking and choosing all stars.
when he got Chris Bosh, he made him worse. When he got Kevin Love, he made him worse. You look at Caleb on the Timberwolves, he was a fucking monster, averaging 26 and 12. He goes to Cleveland, and he fucking goes down to 17 and 9, 10 rebounds a game. Chris Bosh, same thing. In Toronto, he was this elite monster, averaging 24 and 10. And then you go to fucking Miami, and you fall off to 17 and 9 or whatever the fuck it was. So it's the same thing. You don't make your teammates better. They just portray that shit because you pass up shots that you don't want to take for yourself. It's just reality. It's a reality situation. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to take that pressure shot. That way you're not the one to be blamed.
Why did he take that shot against in Game 5 of the 2020 Finals? He passed it out to Danny Green instead. You should have taken that shot yourself. But you kicked it out to an open shooter, and then you let him take the heat. That's weak. That's weak. Why don't you take the shot yourself?
I'll be honest with
Enough.
you. Michael Jordan would have taken that shot. Kobe Bryant would have taken that shot. Steph Curry would have taken that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like the greats will take that shot. They're gonna carry their team on their back,
Yep.
and they're
Yep.
gonna they're either gonna be the hero or they're just gonna be like, hey, you know what? I missed it. Well, I'll get it next time. Move on.
That's
He doesn't
facts.
want to do that.
That's facts.
The only outro I got is Broncos gonna win AFC Championship and then go on to the Super Bowl and beat anybody they have to beat, whether it's the
Anybody
Rams
there.
or the Seahawks.
Honestly, I think whoever comes out of the NFC Championship, I mean, it's not a hot take at all because I think a lot of people are saying this. Whoever comes out of the NFC Championship wins the whole thing, and that's going to be the Los Angeles Rams.
You're the horse, baby. Broncos.
That's the LA Rams for you. I called it last year, by the way. If you are my BPP listeners will remember this, but I called it last year. I said that the Rams would make the NFC Championship. I was a year early. What can I say? Sometimes when you're a psychic, you just kind of call shit a little early. But this time, I mean, at the beginning of the season, I didn't record it, but I was calling the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. Naturally, I would. Have a good team. Why wouldn't I see them going all the way? But yeah, I think we'll end up seeing the Rams hoist the championship again 4 years later, after the 2022 one. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a fun playoffs no matter what. I'm proud of my team regardless for making a going further this year. So even if we lose to the Seahawks, which we won't, I'll still be proud as fuck.
Yeah, and, for me, to be honest with you, it's already a win. One of the great seasons because I expected them to be in the playoffs. Didn't expect the number one seed. I'll be honest, I did not expect that. I honestly thought we were gonna get maybe sixth, seventh seed tops. That was me going into the season. Um, there's a lot of teams that I didn't see them beating. I didn't see them beating the Eagles, and they beat the Eagles. I mean, I didn't see them beating the Chiefs twice, and they beat the Chiefs twice. I did see them beat the Raiders twice, and yeah, they that happened. You know, the Patriots couldn't beat them, but the Broncos did
The Patriots
twice.
couldn't beat them, that's for sure.
That's for sure. That's why we got in the number one seed, baby. Number one seed. But overall, I think this has been one of the best playoff runs in the NFL for quite some time because no one really has been what you can say a clear favorite. You because to begin the season,
Right, right.
if you were going to tell me the Chiefs were going to miss the playoffs, I would have probably laughed.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have told me the Broncos were going to be the number one seed in the NFL, I would have laughed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, I'm a Bronco fan, but again, I'm real about it, and I didn't expect that, but they did it. You know, if you were going to tell me that three teams from the NFC West were going to make the playoffs and meet in the divisionals, and then one of them was going to get blown out, I would not have believed that because when it's a divisional rivalry, like it's always a close game, regardless of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but hey, it happened. So there's many things that's why I believe this has been one of the best NFL postseasons in recent history. And I mean, I've been watching football forever, and I don't remember a postseason like this. So can I 100% say yes, the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl? No. Can I 100% say the Rams will win? No. The Seahawks? No. The Patriots? Oh hell no. That's a hell no. I only have three teams possibly winning the Super Bowl, and the Patriots aren't one of them.
3 out of the 4 teams. Well,
Hey,
what a hot take for you.
that's being realistic. Unless the NFL script is Mike Vrabel is the new coming of Bill Belichick, and Drake May
No,
is the
Drake
new
May is the new Tom
new
Brady.
Tom Brady. Ooh, we've heard that before, but
Mm-hmm.
he's not nowhere near close Tom Brady. Mike Vrabel is no Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick only won because of Tom Brady, and we have it
Ooh,
proven. Well, it was proven he left, and what did Bill Belichick do? Nothing. And what did Tom Brady do? With number
won a
7.
Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, it ain't a hot
Facts.
take. It's reality.
We'll talk about that some other time. All right, let's go ahead and give us one of your sign-offs, man. You got to salute the troops for me.
Yes, sir. And like always, We want to thank our military men and women because without you, we don't have the freedom to do what we do and that's say whatever we want to say on here. And what I want to say is the Patriots, the New England Patriots suck.
Yep, and that's Drake. The schedule may. Patriots suck. LeBron sucks. I mean, what else can I say, man?
Mr. Needed to retire like 5 years ago.
But that's been the episode 18. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be making a lot more content. We're gonna try to be a little more consistent. We're gonna make more short form content as well. We'll probably do like a little balance of the podcast and then drop some mini episodes. More like high quality short form content, or we actually like put a lot more effort into it. This is just kind of us just fucking freeballing right here, just spitting off the top of the dome. But we'll try to make more polished research content for y'all, just to mix it up a little bit. But thank y'all for watching, and thank you for joining. Episode 18, signing off. Peace out.